Hello there, everyone. This is Neko here, getting ready to play Techtonica. And a little sad. It turns out one of my video that I recorded of setting up everything for the purple core automation kind of went. So I'll catch you up real quick on what I've done, and you can probably tell by the mini map that I got quite a bit done. But I went ahead and set up a couple cranks, a couple more cranks. I will tell you this. Accumulators are highly important. You might be wondering how the hell I have 120 when I only have 2 here. And that is the previous episode, if you remember, or a couple episodes back, I found the battery bank over there. The reason why they're important is because however long this takes to run, whatever excess you have of power usage being generated will go into these, and these will run your factory for a certain amount of time afterwards. So let's say this goes down after 5 minutes, and the amount I have here will allow my factory to run for, let's say, an example, another 20 minutes. That means I can crank this every 25 minutes, and my factory will run just fine. So that's why these are important in the beginning. Well, water wheels are nice and all that, but if you've got your place built up out of the water reach, they're not going to be very helpful unless you build down there. So I do hope they introduce some other things. Another thing I've got went ahead and did was I set up 2 more assemblers for plant matter, and then because I realized I'm gonna run out of space very quickly at the rate this is going with Kindlevine extract, I went ahead and set up 3 more what do you call it, 3 more smelter, or I set up 3 smelters to produce limestone. Ooh, wow, I got quite the range for there. But I got 3 of these set up to produce limestone in order to get rid of this. And then I took the excess amount of this crud, which as you can see here, I set up 3 of these in total. I have 3 of these dumping Candlevine extract, and I have 3 of them dumping plant matter, whatever the hell you want to call that, on each of these. And as you can see here, even with 3 of them, they cannot keep up. So I'm not exactly sure how the hell you're supposed to keep up with this. And so I did quite a bit of belt winding, looping, and other fun stuff here, as you can see. I think the long extractors, they're a nice option, but in reality, the time it takes these to move the material is not fast enough. Even with these filters, if they were fast in filters, they might be able to keep up with this. But even with that, your belt is running, dictating how fast stuff can move too, which is another thing. After that, I went ahead and set up a biobrick setup, so it supplements biobrick and plant matter in here. So occasionally some of those will get biobricks and will burn a lot longer and a lot laster. Meaning, yeah, I said laster, but it means this will last longer, and that means I don't have to worry too much about this and all that. So now that we've got that all covered, we'll go downstairs. Here is where I have a very basic setup of the production of these, so that these are automated. I'm producing 2 at a time. We're at 500 now, and we've got all this. Like I said, I'm not about efficiency this time around. I'm just here to get this stuff done. We need to upgrade these to fast inserters so that these can keep up with the crud here. And oh, 1, 2, 3. I didn't realize I was 3 short here. Oops. Well, we'll add in 3 here to empty out whatever we need to empty out here. Although with the way this is going, we don't really have to worry about that. But hey, once we got that all going and this all going, we're producing that. So if you're wondering about this, I went ahead and connected a couple of these beams here and all this setup in order to maximize my distance so that I can reach all the way back up in here. This way I can get my power going. Oh, my crank generator stuff is out. But as you can see, my stuff is still running just fine for now. I don't know how fast these... okay. Doesn't generate that fast, but hey. At least I know it lasts a little bit, so let's go turn the crank generators back on. But yeah, and then I have the ridiculous belt set up here, so we've got all this crud. Got 3 coppers going, 3 irons going, all that other fun stuff. Turn that back on. So it looks like 120 like megajoules or whatever the hell you want to call that. Yeah, that only lasts probably less than 5 minutes. Because as you can see how fast this is charging, that's about as fast as it depletes. So now that you've got all this seen and set up, I will suggest to you what I think is the most important researches in the order I think they should be done. So again, I think crank generators should automatically come with the crank connect. I think this should be changed to a water wheel connect. So you research this, then you research the water wheel, and then you can connect water wheels to the crank generators. After that, you're going to want the accumulator, and you want to get you also want to get the accumulator too because of the capacity. Then you want the power amp. Once you've got your electricity here with these things set up and the crank connect, then you can move into getting actually you want to get these first because these will allow you to start generating fuel for your smelters and stuff, because you don't get electricity until farther up the line here. So you want to get like these, but in other words, those are all the basics. After that, you can get, oh, this is blue, but we're not at that point yet. Then once you've got all those, then you can start filling in some of these useless items. Power amp and the accumulators are definitely the top you want to get. As you can see here, I practically have nothing here because most of this, doesn't really matter. Other than the processor unit, which we need to unlock so that we can actually start getting into some other stuff. Now we're going to grab all this because that's 600. That should allow us to unlock like 2 things, hopefully. Crank that. At this point, you just crank it. Once we get this all done and going, we'll be able to research a couple other items. I have this set on a loop. That way I can get these all emptied and planted and all that other fun stuff. Once the seeds... I probably should throw some more seeds. Eventually I'll have to redo my factory to set up for these in order to get so that I don't have to worry about the Kindle Vine extract, because otherwise I have no clue what the hell I'm going to do with that. Alright, now that we've caught you up on most of everything. Oh wow. I'm actually using more power than I am. generating. That's oh right, it's because of these things. These are currently going to town, dumping all of this into here. This is ridiculous. Personally, I think they should reduce the size of these to a 1x1 instead of a 2x2. I know the effects are cool and all that, but when you take into account headspace and room and all that other crud, yeah. Plus, we're gonna have to.
You're starting to get a nice little collection of research cores, Breaker. I won't forget it.
Plus, eventually, we're gonna have to tear all of this down. In other words, we're gonna have to turn everything here into reverse and start pulling them out. At least I think you can do that. Here, let's test that out. We'll get one here, and then we'll see if we can pull it out. If we can, great. Oh, sweet. So yeah, you can pull them out. So eventually, once we get all of the purple research completed, we can then move on to that. All right, let's get this. So that means these are now producing 165. Sweet. That means they're almost keeping up with demand here. As you can see, occasionally they overdo it. But that's because of these right here. They're growing stuff, but once they stop growing, the demand should drop a little. All right. We're at 85. This will be nice because you won't have to keep cranking the crank generators. But these currently only handle 2. In other words, 1-to-2 ratio. Kind of wish there was like a better upgrade or something for that. From connected generators and the charge, electrical charge. What was it? Other things that we want. Oh, right, the belts. Because I'm gonna have to upgrade my belts. But right now, energy is kind of the most important. The problem is, I don't mind the crank generators right now. Eventually, I would like to set it so that this can automate it. But right now, I want the capacity. If I can increase the capacity and I can build a bunch of these, we're good. That'll be good to go. Ah, really? Fine. We'll get that next and that. We're gonna have to get. Oh, right. The next core is
Task inbound. Water wheel. Used to generate hydroelectric energy for crank generator automation.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get like 12 of the cranks placed down here and set up for crank automation. 64. And we need 30. Perfect. Because I need the mining charges in order to progress. As you can tell here, getting the iron and aluminum's pretty easy. This needs the mining charges, which means we need these. And in order to get those, the mining charge, we need those. So either way, this is the next important research. This will allow us to finish up the processor units here, and it will allow us to get to the mining charge, which will allow us to get to the next part of the quest. Sweet. Oh. Oh. It takes Candlevine extract. Okay. Oh, I got plenty of that, and we're gonna go dump a ridiculous number of them. I'm gonna go dump those like no tomorrow. Mostly because, like I said, you want to have as many of these set up as possible in order to progress or hold power for as long as possible. So I'm gonna basically repurpose this back into my own personal setup here. Oh. I see. So I can throw... Oh. I must not have placed these correct. 2 gap per one. I guess if I wanted to mimic exactly what they're doing, I guess I would do 2 gaps per one. But I'm not here to do exactly the same thing as them. I'm just here to load up as many of these as possible into this. As you can see, 220. Now that these are no longer... oh, my cranks just went on me. I think I'm gonna set up some of those water wheel cranks too. Absolutely love the mess that I have going on back here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So that means divide that by 2. We need 7 water wheels. And whoa, look at that. We've got enough to make 7. 5. We'll make 7 of them. And we'll figure out the mess back here. We'll try and get like the power setup mess here. All right. How many more of these do we have left? I forgot how many flipping I put down. But once we can get these to the point that 5 minutes cannot charge them all, then that means we've got plenty enough. That means we can hold, we can go 10 minutes without having to run a crank. At least that's the theory. It could be more, it could be less. It all depends on how much you're going through. Alright, while that's going on, we're gonna go dump the rest of the cores so we can get the processors, and then I can start grabbing and dumping whatever I need in order to make processors. Why is that? That was weird. Are we... Why are we not getting research here? Is that maxed out? Alright, we're gonna have to go up top and clear out and stuff. Either there's a limit to how much that can hold, or something is not right.
Counterintuition notice. Stairs cannot conduct electrical power.
That was me. I made them put that warning in there. And that was not how I phrased it.
Awesome. stairs can't conduct electricity. Who would have thought? And I wonder what the hell she tried. Aw, you motherfucker nugget. Okay, so there's the issue is that I gotta clear out the top here in order to get more. So that's stupid. I wish there was a better way these worked. Alright, well, we'll climb our way up here and build ourselves a path so that we can clear out as much of this as possible. I may have to do this off camera though next time. Oh, you flip nuggets. I hate that. Alright. Clean out all this crud. I keep forgetting about the stupid overheating. I'm gonna have to probably put these all in a different spot. Alright. We almost... Nope, we're nowhere near. I'm gonna have to grab a bunch of that coolant, and I'm gonna have to figure this out. Electrical components, 100 of them. Well, once we get this all cleaned out, oops, gotta let it cool down. We should be able to, actually, do we have 37? That means, let's get this. Perfect. I got 30 more cores I need to get dumped into here, but we can get that dealt with later. Because I need to clean out this area. Don't you love being on a sea of cores? One thing that sucks about the moles that can't go down too well. So I hope they eventually fix that so that it can actually go down to better than what it is doing. My curious question, is what happens if you get stuck? Like, let's say you're down in the middle of all these cores, and then all of a sudden, they form around you. What the hell's gonna happen then? Alright. We're at 33. You think they would expand out this way, but apparently they don't want to expand out that way. Alright, well, now that we've got most of this fixed, I've shown you basically my caught you all up, got the research, told you what I think is the most important research. Oops, and all that. Actually, out of curiosity. Nope, no fall damage as far as I can tell. Sweet. Alright, well, for now, I'm gonna have to replace this somewhere else. In other words, I'm gonna have to tear it all down and figure out a spot for that. So, if you guys enjoyed listening to me talk and give you my opinions and tell you what I think it matters most and all that fun stuff, hopefully you come back for more. If not, I understand. It was just me, well, talking mostly and giving you a quick tour of everything. If you want to see more of this series, make sure to check out the in-screen credits, as I will be doing more as time goes on. And if you want to see other games I play, check out my channel. I do play other games in the process. And I'm gonna try and grind up a bunch of materials while off camera to get ready for the next episode, which means a bunch of processors. And actually, yeah, that's basically the majority of what I can grind up right now is processors. So, if you want to be added onto the in-screen credits like these people, make sure to publicly subscribe. After a certain period of time, I'll add you on. Otherwise, I hope you enjoyed and you come back for more. Bye-bye!